Good morning, everyone. As the sun rises over the Atlantic, a sense of anticipation fills the air along the coast. The calm of early morning is deceptive, hinting at the powerful forces gathering just beyond the horizon. Today, all eyes are on the Atlantic as Tropical Storm Erin emerges as the first major threat of the 2025 hurricane season. Meteorologists have been tracking its progress for days, watching as it gathers strength and organization over the warm ocean waters. Erin could become the season's first major hurricane, a powerful reminder that conditions can change fast. What started as a cluster of thunderstorms has quickly evolved into a formidable system, with swirling clouds visible from space and a well-defined center. After a quiet start, Erin signals the beginning of the most active stretch of hurricane season. The transition from calm to chaos can happen in a matter of hours, and Erin is proof that the Atlantic can awaken suddenly and with force. This storm is more than a swirl on the map. It's the first real test for coastal communities this year. Residents who may have felt a false sense of security are now reminded of the importance of vigilance and preparation. Meteorologists and emergency planners are now on high alert, activating systems and preparing for a potentially busy period. Emergency operations centers are buzzing with activity as teams coordinate resources and review response plans. Erin is gathering energy over warm ocean waters, which fuel its growth and intensity. The sea surface temperatures are higher than average this year, providing the perfect environment for rapid intensification. Its development is a wake-up call. Complacency is not an option. Beaches that were crowded just days ago now stand empty, as warning signs go up and local officials urge residents to take the threat seriously. The name Erin will soon be familiar from the Caribbean to North America. Its projected path puts millions of people on alert, from island nations to major cities along the eastern seaboard. At the Weather Desk, we're analyzing every piece of data to keep you informed and safe. Advanced computer models, satellite imagery, and real-time observations are all being used to track Erin's every move. Our forecasts aren't just numbers. They're about protecting people in the storm's path. Families are making decisions about whether to stay or evacuate, and every update can mean the difference between safety and danger. Erin's future isn't set, but the next few days will reveal much about its strength and direction. Forecast models show a range of possibilities, and even small changes in the storm's track could have major impacts for communities in its path. This is a time for awareness, not anxiety. Community leaders are holding meetings, sharing information, and encouraging everyone to stay informed and ready to act if needed. Being prepared is the best way to face any storm, and Erin's story is just beginning. As we watch and wait, let's remember that preparation and vigilance are our strongest defenses against whatever this hurricane season may bring. As of Thursday, August 14th, Tropical Storm Erin is over 1,200 miles east of the northern Leeward Islands. While distant, storms like Erin can travel quickly and intensify over warm waters and calm winds. Meteorologists are watching closely for rapid intensification. A storm can jump from a tropical storm to a major hurricane in just hours. Erin has already shown its power, causing deadly flash flooding near the Cabo Verde Islands. Even developing storms can have devastating impacts, especially with heavy rain in mountainous areas. Hurricane Hunter aircraft will soon gather real-time data to improve our forecasts. This information is vital for predicting Erin's path and strength. The next 24 to 48 hours are crucial as Erin approaches even warmer waters. We're watching to see if it begins the process of becoming a hurricane. Predicting a hurricane's path is always a challenge. Erin is moving west, putting the Leeward Islands, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands on alert for this weekend. The Bahamas could be next, possibly facing a major hurricane with winds over 111 miles per hour. The Bermuda High is steering Erin, but a dip in the jet stream next week could change its course. This fork in the road will determine if Erin turns north into the Atlantic or heads closer to the U.S. coast. The cone of uncertainty shows a range of possible tracks. Impacts can be felt far outside the center. Everyone from the Caribbean to the U.S. East Coast should monitor updates closely. As more data comes in, we'll have a clearer picture of Erin's destination. As Hurricane Erin churns in the Atlantic, computer models are working overtime, offering two main scenarios for its future path. Meteorologists are closely analyzing every new data point, trying to determine which direction Erin will ultimately take. The best-case scenario is clear. Erin curves northward after passing the Caribbean, steered by shifting winds and cooler ocean temperatures. In this case, the storm would head out to sea, gradually losing strength as it moves over less favorable waters, sparing land from its most dangerous impacts. But there's another possibility. If the high-pressure system over the Atlantic remains strong and the expected dip in the jet stream is weaker than forecast, Erin could be forced to track much closer to the U.S. East Coast. This would bring the storm uncomfortably near millions of people. In this scenario, states stretching from Florida all the way up through New England, and even parts of eastern Canada, could find themselves in the storm's path. Major cities, small towns, and coastal communities alike would need to be on high alert. The difference between these two tracks is dramatic. A turnout to sea means minimal impact, with only rough surf and rip currents along the coast. But a coastal track could bring destructive winds, torrential rain, dangerous flooding, and life-threatening storm surge to vulnerable areas. The next 48 hours are critical. By Monday, as Erin nears its crucial turning point, forecasters will have a much clearer idea of which path the storm will take. Every new satellite image and computer run brings us closer to an answer. That's why everyone along the East Coast, from Florida beaches to the rocky shores of Maine, should pay close attention to updates this weekend. Staying informed could make all the difference. Remember, no single forecast model can predict the future with certainty. It's important to understand that a range of outcomes is possible, and the situation can change quickly as new information comes in. Use this time wisely. Review your hurricane plan, check your emergency kit, and make sure your family knows what to do if a warning is issued. Preparation now can save lives later. Being prepared is never wasted. Hope for the best, but get ready for the worst. Because when it comes to hurricanes, it's always better to be safe than sorry. The northeastern Caribbean and the Bahamas are first in Erin's path. Erin is expected to become a hurricane as it nears the Leeward Islands and Puerto Rico, bringing heavy rain and gusty winds. Rainfall could reach up to 7 inches in mountainous areas, triggering flash floods and mudslides. Residents in flood-prone areas should be ready to move to higher ground if needed. By early next week, the Bahamas could face a major hurricane with winds over 111 miles per hour. Power outages and communication disruptions are likely. Dangerous surf and coastal flooding will threaten beaches and low-lying areas. Stay away from the water's edge and complete preparations now. Listening to local authorities and having a solid hurricane plan is essential. Erin brings multiple threats: wind, rain, and dangerous waves. As a hurricane, Erin's winds can cause severe damage, uproot trees, and knock out power for weeks. Torrential rain can trigger deadly flash floods, especially if the storm stalls. Even if Erin stays offshore, it will generate huge ocean swells and dangerous rip currents along the U.S. Atlantic coast and Bermuda. Rip currents can pull even strong swimmers out to sea. Stay out of the water when warnings are issued. Hurricanes are multifaceted dangers. Wind, flooding, and surf all pose risks. Roads can become impassable, and flooding can threaten neighborhoods far from the storm's center. Prepare for all hazards, not just the wind speed. Even if you're not in the direct path, you could still be at risk. Take every warning seriously and act early. Erin is part of a broader pattern, one that's shaping up to make 2025 a year unlike any other in recent memory. The Atlantic is already teeming with activity, and meteorologists are sounding the alarm. 2025 is forecast to be an above-normal hurricane season, with experts warning that the conditions are primed for more frequent and intense storms than we've seen in years past. NOAA predicts between 13 and 18 named storms, with 5 to 9 of those expected to become hurricanes. That's a significant increase over the long-term average, and it means communities along the coast need to be especially vigilant. Of those, up to 5 could reach major hurricane status, Category 3 or higher, bringing the potential for devastating winds, flooding, and storm surge. What's fueling this heightened outlook? Exceptionally warm ocean temperatures across the Atlantic are providing extra energy for storms to form and intensify. These warmer waters act like high-octane fuel, making it easier for tropical systems to grow rapidly. On top of that, possible La Niña conditions are developing in the Pacific. La Niña reduces wind shear over the Atlantic, which means there's less to disrupt developing storms. This combination of factors sets the stage for a season that could be both busy and dangerous. An active season doesn't guarantee a storm will hit your area, but it does mean the risk is higher for everyone along the coast and even inland. Think of it like spinning a roulette wheel. The more storms there are, the greater the odds that one could impact your community, even if you've been lucky in the past. It only takes one storm making landfall to turn an entire season into a disaster for families, neighborhoods, and entire cities. The aftermath can last for months or even years. That's why the time to prepare is now, before the first warnings are issued, before the shelves are empty, and before evacuation routes are crowded. Don't wait until a storm is on your doorstep. Make a plan, gather supplies, and talk with your family about what to do if a hurricane threatens your area. Erin could be the first major hurricane of the season, serving as a wake-up call for what's possible in 2025. But with the season just getting started, it's likely that Erin won't be the last. More storms are expected to develop as the months go on. Stay ready, stay informed, and don't let your guard down. Review your evacuation routes, sign up for alerts, and check your emergency kit. The 2025 season is already living up to its forecast, with more activity and stronger storms than we've seen in years. Be prepared for what may still come before the season ends, because in a year like this, it's not a matter of if, but when. Preparing for Erin doesn't have to be complicated. Secure your property. Bring in anything that could become a projectile in strong winds. Check your windows and doors. Install shutters or board them up if needed. Trim weak branches and clear gutters to prevent water damage. Take photos or videos of your belongings for insurance purposes. Store important documents in a waterproof container or online. These simple steps can prevent costly repairs and give you peace of mind. A little work now goes a long way if a storm hits. Preparation is your best defense. As Erin moves across the Atlantic, staying informed is your top priority. Have multiple ways to receive weather alerts: NOAA radio, apps, and local news. Review your family's emergency plan and make sure everyone knows what to do. Keep your emergency kit stocked with food, water, medication, and supplies for at least 3 days. Don't forget pets. Include their needs in your plan. The next few days are your window to act. Don't wait until the last minute. Take control of your safety now. We'll keep tracking Erin and bring you the latest updates. Stay safe and be prepared.